thank you so much on being with Unfiltered with Nate. In case people don't know who's really like, you know, have emotion behind the scenes and in the scenes, this is just like your chance to really speak and give people an insight on what it's really like, because everybody really wants to know what you guys be seeing, what you guys be hearing, and just how you live.
Right.
The first question, starting off the show, is just, who are you? Where are you from? What exactly do you do?
Well, some people may know me as PrettyRicoBandz, as the singer. Some people may know me as Stephon Washington, the actor. So based on how you meet me,
Right.
I've been doing this for, I don't even know how long. I'm definitely gonna say over 20 years. I would say like at least 20 years. Everybody in my family is like the music, play instruments, do stuff like that. So it was always music first. And then when I auditioned for Disney and I got that role, then I learned after that it was like more than music at this point. You had to act, you had to dance,
Right.
you got to do everything. So like, you know, they kind of like, Disney was a big part of my transition to even trying to act. I never really cared about it or thought about it until I got.
Oh, what did you get on Disney?
I started with Disney with that. It was, so it's about over 10 years now since I've been gone from it. It was a show called Disney Channel Rocks. And then I did a lot of the commercials and stuff for them. Like when it's Halloween coming along, you know, hey, what's up? I'm going to teach you a new dance, the China and the Queens, calling all the monsters and that stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, not everybody get to be on Disney. I'm like, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they taught you the right way to learn, I would say, because you learn a lot of things that artists we don't think about, even as singers. When we do live shows, you know, blocking and the choreography and how to know where, because you're dealing with so many people on set at the same time. So you gotta they teach you the organization and the real management of how to put the show together. From what people seeing and how it was recreated, it's two completely different things.
Right. So you're versatile. You act and dance and singing. Do you rap too, or?
I don't rap, but I got some R&B bars out here and there, you know.
Okay.
R&B bars, you know. I ain't no rapper though.
Balancing all of that, even as a young kid, just till now, must be like, you know, kind of pressuring. So how much money were you making? Like, were you making a lot starting off? Like some people do.
You don't make, like, you make enough to live. And I mean, considering what it depends on different times of life, you know, money it's like everything's more expensive now. So back then at the beginning, it's not, you know, you're really not making that much money, but you're making enough to live, because things ain't, you know, you're not paying $3,000 a month on rent or nothing like that back then. What was good about Disney is that their checks came on time, and they never was faulty about paying you. And every contract run, every year, you get a negotiation of whether they're going to keep you or whether they're going to cut you. So you got to see a lot of people afraid when contract time coming up, because you don't know what's about to happen, and you see some people leaving like, oh, they didn't get renewed, but when they renew you, they offer you a raise. So every year we just kept getting raises and stuff. So the money was good. The thing that sucks about money, when it comes fast, you spend it just as fast. Like, especially because with Disney, we were like a family. So even though they were making more money than me because they were there longer than me, I still had to keep up with the Joneses because these are my friends now. So we going out all the time, we drinking, we doing everything. Like, we're spending so much money. You
gotta be Hollywood now.
Yeah, I'm spending like them. Like, that's why that Kevin Hart joke really resonated in my soul. Right. Like, yo, I can't.
How much was they spending?
Man, I know.
The $50 plates with the
man, we like, see, that's just it. When you hang with those type of people, they not popping bottles. They're going to the bar, and really you spend more money at the bar than if you pop bottles if you're in a group. I'm talking about tabs. So like $500-$600 tabs every time you going out. It's kind of, they'll catch up with you. Like, hey, we're going $800 tab today. Why?
When did you transition from, you know, like Disney actor into like music and becoming like your own artist in that path?
Well, I mean, I was always singing. I was always trying to make beats and stuff like that, because nobody wasn't gonna give me no beats. So I had to learn how to make them myself.
That's smart.
So I was always recording and stuff, but after Disney, the focus helped a lot more for me because it was off my plate. I mean, it sucked at the time because nobody wants to show the end. When they announce your show's over, it sucks. But it made me focus more on something else, because you got to find a way to get your ass up and figure out what you're going to do next. So, I mean, that's when I got up, and that's when I moved to Atlanta. Because I'm like, all right, what do black people do well?
You moved by yourself, or you moved with the family?
Nah, I moved solo. I just got up and went to Atlanta. And that's how the Tupac movie came about. I was just there chilling with a homie as an extra. And I stole the guy who had Diddy's role. He got sent home real time. I felt bad for him because I wasn't there for that. I was just chilling. I was just, I was roasting the guy who played Diddy because I thought he looked corny to me. And I was impersonating Diddy, making fun of him. And I'm thinking I'm getting kicked off the set, but they asking me questions about, do you know how to act? And I'm like, oh, I think
of course, right, with your background.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, let's get it. And so it kind of became a big battle right off the break.
Being in the industry, what was one of your most memorable moments? Like, I don't care if it's from like music, TV, dance, clubs, anything. Like, what was your most memorable moment?
I think it was probably the day that I was at So Def with Nelly and JD and all of them, like, because I got cool with Nelly when I first got to Atlanta, but it was also through somebody I met in Orlando. Nelly came to Orlando. I was trying to find a way to get to him, and I met his people. I stayed cool with his people, and then when I was in Atlanta, they're like, yeah, we here, pull up on us. So we go to the club, and I'm like, this is a different type of clubbing when you get for the first time when you clubbing in Atlanta with some hitters.
Right, Ellie, that's a legend.
Yeah, so like it's a different type of clubbing. We having a time. Then I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to go now. And they're like, nah, we going to the studio. I'm like, all right, I don't know what studio. Then we get there, and it's So Def. That was a bigger moment for me because of the audience, the atmosphere I was in. That was the beginning of the atmosphere I had to get used to. Kind of like more of a fly on the wall. I ain't know what to say. I didn't want to offend nobody and kick out the studio or something like that.
When you moved to Atlanta, did you have any mentors, influencers? Like, who were you working with? Because you say you bumped into a lot of these people, but like for somebody who probably doesn't know or doesn't have your background, like how would they be able to run into those people in that field?
For me, it was a little different because, like I said, because I had the plug to get into Nelly, that's how I met Young Jock, just by being backstage with Nelly. And a lot of people know that follow me that, I've been with Jock for a long time. When I got to Atlanta, Jock was my manager for years. Atlanta is it's a weird thing. Like sometimes you think that you got to do the extra hoops to find people. You just got to be outside. Like you really just got to be at events, be at a club. And these people ain't out here like being bougie because they in Atlanta. They just outside. Like I said, all these people, they just outside. You can just walk up to them. As long as you're not no creep and weird, for the most part, they're going to talk to you. If you got a good sales pitch, they probably give you their number too. For mentors, when I was here, Ray Lavender was the first mentor I had. And for people that don't know who Ray Lavender is, that T-Pain song, I'm a stick, ooh, that's him singing. He also had the song, My Girl Got a Girlfriend. But he kind of took me on his
song. Okay.
Yeah. He took me on his wing real early. He took me on his wing really early. And that's how he plugged me with Teddy Riley. That's how I was able to get the song that I like from it.
Another legend.
Oh, that's how.
All the legends.
Yeah. So like, he was a big mentor. And then, when I got with Jock was a big mentor because I was with him. Like I said, he was my manager for years. So between Jock and Ray Lavender, I would say those two like my mentors, I would say from Atlanta.
I see your music videos, club events, the girls, the grown and sexy. So are you single? Like, what's your dating status? Like, how is it with you and the girls?
Well, I mean, the girls love PrettyRicoBandz, and PrettyRicoBandz love the girls. I can just leave it at that. Deflection.
You're a free agent.
I know, I might have a whole boo out here looking at me right now.
Let's not say that. Let's just leave it at that.
I love you too, girl.
Has there ever been anybody that you've met and had any crazy stories, like good or bad, or like an occasion that happened that people just wouldn't really believe, like, oh, I can't believe this happened to me?
See, the thing about the bad occasions is like when it comes to industry talk, you really don't want to tell. You don't want to talk about them publicly too much because it's all about bridge burning, and even if you don't like really mess with somebody, you don't rock somebody, you kind of need to kind of chill because you don't want to be that messy person.
My own personal experience, there has been a few people that they're just kind of like different than what you thought they were gonna be. So I don't know if you've had that experience. So
Yeah,
I've
definitely had my encounters where I wanted to fight a few people,
right,
that you know, and like it got real. But like, you know, that's just, hey, it's a part of, you know, I kind of short things off quick after that. I just don't mess with you. I don't rock with you. But I ain't got nothing to say, you know. That's about it for that. I mean, I've definitely met some big songwriters that when I first moved there, before I knew anybody, I was trying to, you know, meet them, and they was kind of whatever.
Right, like,
but then I looked a couple years later, and we in the studio together. So it's kind of like, I guess it all worked out.
So like, you having your experience, like what would be your advice for people like coming up and trying to be a singer or a rapper or anything like that?
Don't quit your job, no matter what's going on. A lot of people think like this Atlanta thing, they come here and they like this, they live with no job. It's weird. I don't know how people are surviving out here with no job. but because this acting thing, no, it's not how you think. It's not like music. Music, we can probably get streams, possibly rotating money. Actors, based on the role, they just pay you for that moment. And you don't know when you will get booked again. Like, don't think about it like, oh, I just made it. Like, okay, yeah, right. That's good. And a lot of acting gigs, you're not going to get paid at all. And you're trying to get your resume up because you're only as effective as your face. So the more your face is, the more you're worth. So you know how many gigs you got to take for free to get your face out. So like, don't quit your job thinking that this is
right.
I just did something. You still got to pay rent. No female want a broke nigga.
Atlanta people really do be living with no job. He ain't lying about that. Like,
yeah, like I'm talking about in the club with you. I mean, I be around people that I know ain't got jobs. They be with me, we be popping bottles and shit. They
right.
living carefree, trying to get girls. Like, yeah, we about to get this girl. Like, bro, what the hell?
Before we go, give the people next projects, what you have coming out, and what we can expect to see from PrettyRicoBandz.
Yeah, right now I have a project out called Prettier. It came out in August, well, September 2nd actually. It came out in September. About to drop a bunch of videos for that. As well, I'm wrapping up the album. It's called Naturally. I'm about to start dropping some singles for that to go into the summertime because I love summer vibes. So a lot of the times when I drop music, it's never like when it's cold. It's always like nice outside. Yeah, and, you know, I like it pretty outside.
Right.
So it fits me. Starting to label soon.
Okay. But, what's the label called?
I can't tell you that yet. Not till we get it, you know, legally right.
Are you having auditions for people? Can they join? Can they?
I'm going to have auditions, but it's for a specific thing I'm looking for. Otherwise, you know, just keep my ears to the streets. You know, I mean, it's not a lot of R&B presence when it comes to labels anymore. They sign an R&B artist here and there, but I don't really see many R&B labels besides Love Renaissance. So I kind of want to, you know, see that format, and then that was cool working with Love Renaissance. You know, I got to be in a Division video, and, you know, like, and I see how they work with each other, you know. So yeah, I'm starting this label and trying to find like the next group of kids. Actually, I want to see some youngins pop out.
Oh, like group.
Yeah, man. You know, a whole different plethora of different new artistry out there. You know, show some of these artists that even though somebody believes in you, you got to believe in yourself too. Because I know I'm a hard ass, and it's just the irony that even though I played Puff in a movie, I'm actually going to be playing Puff in life now. Trying to except on the business style.
Speaking of Puff, how do you feel about people saying R&B is dead? Is R&B dead, or like what is going on?
Let me say, Puff did that because he's trying to put Jazzy out. This is all the plan. Like, we knew that was like. Anybody that knows, like, cause he's a great marketer. He's such a great marketer. He could just decide, like, I'm gonna tell everybody R&B that he'd get on there. Hey, you know, hey, check this out. I'm tired of this. Hey, yo, check. Hey, bad boy. Hey, Playboy, check this out. Check this out. I ain't heard no real true R&B. Not my R&B. Like, he'll play the game with you. When he knows something's coming, that he already got ready. Like, that was his whole thing, to drop love records and get Jazzy out. So I got it. Is R&B dead? Nah. Is R&B in the forefront? Nah. It's like, it's just,
they in the middle?
Yeah, because I mean, R&B don't get radio play like rappers do, unless we're just on R&B stations. And that's the part that hurts R&B artists more than anything, because I mean, R&B artists deserve to be on the radio just as much as everybody else.
Thank you again so much for sharing your advice, talking about your life, and joining us on Unfiltered with Nay. It was such a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Don't forget to check out his singles coming out. Okay, stream it, download it, watch the music video.
And this guy behind me, he's one of the singers in a group called Duly Noted. I swear they're the next Drew Hill. Remember, I said it first. But yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.